The crypto market just had a huge pullback and the altcoins pulled back even further than Bitcoin. But there are two altcoins that look like clear winners for 2025, and that is 2 of the 5 Trump coins. But why only 2 of the 5? Well, that's because 2 of them are also favored by the crypto VCs, aka the insiders. And we're looking at this graph right here, this little Venn diagram, and it's looking at 3 different circles, and I'll explain what this bottom circle is in a second. This is the Coinbase 50 index. They are investing in 50 different altcoins. Then we also have the Grayscale Trust, where they're investing in a whole bunch of other altcoins as well. And here you'll see a little bit of overlap of coins that they are both bullish on. But then we have the circle on the bottom. The circle on the bottom is Trump's World LibertyFi, aka Trump's wallet. Now we know it's more associated with the Trump family, but let's just call it the Trump wallet for now. So when you include the Trump wallet and Coinbase and Grayscale, which in addition to BlackRock, the largest crypto investor out there, Ethereum, Chainlink, and Aave are the 3 winners. Now, we have gone over Ethereum. We just did a video on that, and we put this out a week ago, so I highly recommend if you want to learn where Ethereum is probably going to be heading over the next 12 months, go check out that video. But let's go focus on Link and Aave. Now, first, we're going to look at Aave because I found something pretty prescient that I talked about a month ago. So we put this out, I think, on YouTube on the 11th. And so we're looking right at about 30 days ago. What was I saying about Aave back then? And what does that mean for Aave today? If you're using cold storage, don't use the bootleg products out there. Stick with the best so your portfolio is also going to be the best and the most secure out there. And we're talking about Arculus cold storage with their new sleek premium metal cards. They have all different types and styles, embedded, metal veneer, metal hybrid. Imagine the looks around the table when you slam down your 21-gram full metal cold storage card. Everyone's going to be in shock. Everyone's going to be in awe. And it's not just your portfolio bags, it's how you're securing it with the Arculus cold storage. Make sure you use code DC20 to save you 20%. Now, this is where it gets shocking just how close everything is. So we're going to measure from that peak right there, and you can see right here, 24% pullback. We do it one more time. We got the peak right there. We end up measuring this 24% pullback. But wait, I'm not done. We got one more right here. What is that? Oh, what do you know? 24% pullback. And lo and behold, we had the flush out. We had all the leverage. Yet again, 24% pullback. So what's crazy to me is this is a 24% pullback in September, 24% pullback in October, 24% pullback in November, and then another one in December. And now we're in the month of January. And what is Aave doing right now? And when we look at Aave today in the month of January, I'm seeing a lot of similarities. And we also have a 24% pullback in January, like I was saying. And this is a very bullish structure. This is a bull flag. And the way the bull flag measures is you would measure the flagpole from the breakout. But let's rewind a little bit before we get into that. So 24% pullbacks across the board. What are we seeing right here? Now, this is daily candles that we're looking at. It looks like this started around December 16th. And let's measure this move for January from the top right here. 24% pullback, 24% pullback, 24% pullback. They keep bouncing every single time. Now, this is no guarantee that the 24% pullback we saw here is going to lead to the same type of pump. But if we look September, it pumped afterwards. October, it pumped afterwards. November, huge pump afterwards. Here's the pullback in December, another huge pump afterwards. So every single time we've had a 24% pullback, 24% correction, Aave has then performed very well after the fact. So I just want to highlight we had yet another 24% pullback in the month of January. If we were to measure this move, now this is predicting it happens about 6 days later. 1 candle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So about a week, a little bit less than a week later, if this bull flag pennant breaks out, because the longer we wait, the lower it'll go. So let's wait about a week. That gives us a target of $577. But I'm not done with the clairvoyance just yet. We look right here. Remember that number, 577. This number right here, 583. So we're literally only about $5 away from the previous peak that we had back in 2021. This is where we peaked in February, and we ended up putting in one more higher high. So very, very high likelihood to me that we could have this target reached within the next, let's just say 2-3 months, within the next quarter. But speaking of quarters, So let's go back to the Venn diagram here. So Aave and Chainlink, clearly favorites of the VCs, of the insiders, of the politicians. Everybody loves Chainlink and crypto. So what are the Chainlink charts telling us? So we got 3 that we're going to check out. First, we have the head and shoulders pattern. Now this does have a low side target, so I want to put this on your radar. We could break down, and it would be very, very ugly if we did break down. You're looking at a $10 Chainlink, okay, below $10. To me, very unlikely. What's more likely is we're going to break to the upside. Looks like we're starting to find some pretty strong support at this level right around here, trying to, flirt and go lower. So we're going to keep an eye out on Chainlink because it is really at a very, very important structure here. Speaking of important structures, I want to point out the $20 structure on the quarterly candle. So we're looking at 3-month timelines here. And we see something right around $20. So we're trading around $20 right now. $20, very important level for Chainlink. Now this quarterly candle, very, very fresh, as far as things go. 2 months, 23 days before we make a new one. This is only about a week into it. Now, $20 was very, very strong support in the past. Then it also acted as resistance. You see it acting as resistance here. There's a chance this is going to act as resistance again, and we're going to be suppressed for the next 3 months. But I think this is going to turn into support. It's not going to take much to turn this candle green. It literally only needs to go up about 30 cents, and then this changes colors, and everything's going to start looking a lot more bullish for Chainlink. So we're at a very important level with the $20 range here. We're looking at this head and shoulders pattern, but more important than all of that, it's going to be Chainlink priced in Bitcoin. Now, I made a video, I think a few weeks back now, where we were covering this, but now we need to look at the next period, the next leg. So what happened after this? Another bullish structure is called a falling wedge. Falling wedges typically break to the upside. You see it broke to the upside here. You see it broke to the upside there. So what happened after the falling wedge? Is that going to tell us what Chainlink's next move is going to be? Then we're going to do quick back of the napkin math, price prediction for Aave as well as Chainlink. And so we're going to see what this is going to tell us for Chainlink's next move, and then we're going to have another price prediction here. So after the falling wedge, Chainlink put in a nice little pump. So let's measure what these pumps are. So we broke out about right there, pumped about 110, 120%. Well, we pumped just a little bit less. So we broke out about right there, pumped about 90%. So we pumped about 10, 20% less. What about the drawdown? Are the drawdowns looking similar? So we had a pump, and then we had a drawdown. And then the drawdown right here, 40%. The drawdown right here, however, about 30%. So we're seeing about 10% less than the drawdown that we saw before. So, with a little bit more mature market, Bitcoin having less drastic moves, we're seeing less drastic moves in this Link Bitcoin trading pair. But I want to look at the next phase after the drawdown. So we pumped about 100%, and then we pulled back about 50%. Then Chainlink went on a huge run. I actually got to shrink the y-axis here. Wasn't even bullish enough. Chainlink ended up pumping 400%. And we're starting from a lower period, so I still think 400% is going to be in the cards. We started pumping from 3,000 Satoshis, that is a unit of Bitcoin, last cycle. This time we're trying to pump from about 2,000 Satoshis, so a 400% pump is very, very doable. Now let's start doing some math here. If we do a 400% pump, you're going to see that's going to take us to right around 10,000 Satoshis. And so with this number of 10,000 Satoshis, we can do quick back of the napkin math of how Chainlink is going to be priced this year with a guesstimate of $150,000 Bitcoin. So right now, Bitcoin is close enough to 100K. And Chainlink, if it does this 5x, if it pumps 400%, hits 10,000 Satoshis, at $100,000 Bitcoin, that gives us a $100 Chainlink. But if it can hit 10,000 Satoshis, when Bitcoin is $150,000, that gives us a $150 Chainlink. So I'm still very bullish on Chainlink. We still have the $100 to $200 range. $150 Chainlink is going to be a fantastic pump from here. So don't sleep on that. I see these Trump coins as being on sale. I'm going to go ahead and buy another 3.7 Chainlink just for the culture here, folks. That's all I got. I'm DZ, and I'll see your World Liberty Fi /Trump bags at the top.